I can't believe this is real. This is the army that I got for free. So how does a journey like this even begin? With my old job, I used to travel quite a lot on trains. And on those trains, I would listen to audiobooks when there was no signal. Specifically, the Dark Imperium series and the Plague War. And then Guilliman kicked Mortarion all the way back to Nurgle's house. But for Christmas one year, my drummer, Nate, he bought me Guilliman because I just wouldn't shut up about how cool he was in these novels.
This is slightly your doing.
I mean, I bought you that 2 years ago and it's still unopened.
Nate's kind of right. It did take a while to do something with Guilliman. But in that time, new 10th edition came out and Leviathan came out. And Games Workshop brought out a model of the month being an Infernus Marine. So I said to my partner Chloe, how cool would it be if we just went around with a couple friends to all of the Games Workshops and tried to put together full squad just for the model of the month? At Games Workshop give out those models on purpose. They're supposed to be a loss leader to get people to start collections. But I've outsmarted Games Workshop here. This collection between Guilliman and these 5 Infernus Marines isn't just a collection of Space Marines. Let me put on my best M&S advert voice. This is a collection of free Space Marines. So the only way that I was going to ever continue to collect my collection of Space Marines was to try and get 2,000 points of them for free. And I was lucky having, well, Nate pick Space Marines for this sort of challenge because they're widely available, they're an elite force, which means if we were to write a rule to say that we need 2,000 points, we don't need that many models to get us there. On the side of the screen, I will do a little points cost tally to see how far we need to go. By the way, we are working on the Index Space Marines points. This project was filmed over several months, so we'll be working on the Index points, which is when I did the challenge. I know that the Codex is now out and the points have changed, but we're working on the pre-Codex points. But with a challenge like this, you kind of need to adopt some rules going up front. So with Chloe as a ref, we came up with these rules for this challenge. Rule number 1. I can't directly buy models for this army. With the exception, I buy a double set where I need to sell 1/2 for the whole cost of the set. It's a pretty common practice when double boxes come out for people to buy a box and then try and sell the half that they don't want or don't need. Rule number 2, any trades that I make have to be for things I already own. I can't go out and buy something to then trade for models for this army. Rule number 3, I can't acquire models by illicit or illegal means. I mean, that's just fair enough, right? Rule number 4, I can't use any method more than once. So we've already crossed off method 1, getting a Christmas gift from a friend, and method 2 being getting models of the month for free from Games Workshop. How are we going to continue this challenge? In all seriousness, this challenge was only possible because unfortunately someone is no longer with us. In Havant, there was a model shop called KB Models, run by Kim. Unfortunately, Kim passed away, and his family decided to try and sell his stock that was in the shop, and they did a couple discount sales. Because of the family sale, I was able to pick up Leviathan for half the cost of what it should be, which means I'm totally set up to be able to sell on the Tyranids half for the same cost of the box. And luckily, I just know the guy who may buy them.
Do you know what the thing is?
What?
I was like, I'm going to start Custodian's army next.
Okay, so that's 40 quid.
So there's 40 quid in cash. So
right.
you could take that to most GW stores, you could take that to most independent stores, and they would accept it, right?
Yes, they would accept Imperial credits of the realm.
Exactly. Right, there's 40 quid in cash.
Okay. Are you transferring me the rest, yeah?
Oh no, that was it.
Ah, f*** off.
Yes, I will.
Okay, fabulous. Hooray. And then the rest will make this effectively 0. And you know what effectively 0 is, Nate?
My love life.
That's not true. It's free!
Thanks to the power of girl math and Kim's kind family for doing the sale, we're actually quite far into this challenge. So now that we've got a really good amount of models thanks to getting the Leviathan box, how do we proceed from here? We're going to have to part X some models. So what models do I have already that I can trade in for some more free models? I'm a big Tau player, and I've kind of bought a whole load of stuff in the past that isn't really gonna get painted or built. So I have a primed Riptide here. From the boarding patrol that had Farsight in it, I was lucky enough to get one of these. I did not need any of the other models other than Farsight. So I've got 6 completely new on-sprue crisis suits, as well as 2 ethereals. And finally, in this start collecting box, 3 stealth suits. I already have 9, but in most competitive lists at the moment, I'm only running 6. What I'm hoping to be able to get from this is something like Combat Patrol. We have got basically the body of this army ready to go between Leviathan and the Combat Patrol. For the next method, I kind of hit a wall because I was trying to find some way of trading something of value to someone for a unit or a model. And I basically bugged everyone in my surrounding area to be able to see if they would do it. But it took months and months and months of time where I was able to convince one of the guys from the league, Nick, that I could trade him some PS5 games for a Terminator Chaplain.
PS5 games? Yep. 1 Chaplain. Hooray!
And with that Chaplain in hand, we now have a 2,000 point army! I can't believe this actually worked. Why did this work? Why am I like this? What, am I a genius? No, this is stupid and dumb and that the ref is here. What? I got a free army! We have assembled a 2,000 point army. Well, I mean, not really, because it is actually 40 points over the 2k limit, so this isn't a legal army. So that's kind of a problem. But also, from the point of view of an army, this is more just a collection of Space Marine leaders who can't really join any of the squads. I decided to keep going until we got a good 2,000 point army. And of course, one that fits under the 2,000 point limit. One where at least the leaders can actually join the unit. Or more, the units can join the leaders that I have. That might be an easier way to do it. Strategically, to be able to continue this challenge, we're going to need to try and get one thing, and that is a kind of Gravis unit. So we ought to try and pick up some Aggressors to go with our Apothecary, Biologis, and a Gravis Captain. Also, we need to have some way of delivering those to the battlefield. So we're going to try and get a Land Raider for them to go in. So at this point, I was kind of running out of ways to get free models. But luckily, Nate had a plan, and it was to work for models. And not on the street corner, come on. Nate's family run a business where they build chambers that are radio frequency proof. And luckily, Nate's dad had a couple of days of work coming up where he wanted me to come help do some maintenance. On these maintenance days, I would need to clean all the chamber doors. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get any footage because you can imagine the people who would buy these chambers are the ones who kind of want to keep secret what they're working on. I didn't even ask, but here's a clip of me, Nate, and Nate's dad in the van going to one of these locations. I was going to show you how to clean one of these doors, but with one of my doors in my house, but unfortunately Nate tells me that this is trade secrets. So I can't even tell you that, but all I can tell you is that I cleaned lots of these things, and for that privilege I got some money and a Land Raider. The next method is going to be a bit of an uphill battle, especially for me because I'm not a competitive 40k player. Most competitive 40k events have models as prizes for winning.
So it's the morning of my first competitive outing other than the 40k league. I'm excited, but also I feel a little bit crestfallen because this tournament's happening over 2 days. Points are the only thing that matters. You play 3 games, and whoever scores the most amount of points wins the event. There's only a first place prize. A World Leaders player yesterday scored 257 points. Played almost 2 near perfect games. Gonna have to play really, really well to make anything happen here today. Here's the army I am taking today. Today I am taking my Tau. Everything on the white little magnetized board is all I'm taking. And maybe if I'm lucky, score more than 257 points. That's the target. We'll see what happens.
So in my game 1, I was playing against Matt and his Blood Angels.
Take your scanners, you just run forward.
Oh, should I?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, things did not go Matt's way, leading to this little situation with Dante. So that's 4 damage. He's dead.
He's dead. He's dead.
Poor boy. With Dante off the board, I tabled him and managed to score 91 points in my first game. A pretty good showing. Next up was my game against Tom and his Vanguard fleet Tyranids, and it ended up being a little bit controversial.
So once I start shooting them, you have to break the line from one side.
They've got a scout move in a minute, so before the game begins, I'm just going to shove them back into cover.
Interesting.
Yes, this is interesting because I accidentally cheated here. I forgot the unit coherency rules for more than 10 models, so the last two guys at the end are screening out where they shouldn't be. Yeah, Tom's a great sport, and we've kissed and made up about this, but I don't think it would have mattered too much to the game, and he didn't think so either, because all it would have done is put his other units into view of my guns, and I got turn 1 either way, and shot most of the stuff he had off the board. But we did have this fun moment with Shadow Sun shooting the Death Leaper, missing with all of her other shots other than her extremely weak flechette launcher.
But sometimes it does stuff.
So it's 2 wounds, 8
Reroll from our own aura. There we go. 6s. 1 goes through.
18 minus, nothing.
None for the flechette launcher.
I take some wounds.
Why does the flechette launcher do more sometimes? Her damn fusions.
After this, Tom ceded, leading to me playing the rest of the game as if he wasn't there, scoring 100 points. This left me almost leading the day, but then I had to play against Dale and his knights, and I instantly got my karma for accidentally cheating, with all of my anti-tank missing and doing nothing against the big knight, leading to Dale tabling me. I scored 17 points, putting me on a total of 208. And with the results counted, I got 3rd place. I mean, which was great and all, but no prize. With no prizes for 3rd place, this kind of left us a little bit in the lurch. But the ref came to our aid, because she reminded me that specifically in the rules, it said you can't repeat any of the methods. But the gift I got was a Christmas gift. But luckily, we had an anniversary coming up, which is different from Christmas.
Ask very, very nicely of your beautiful partner if she could buy you some very, very angry boys for your anniversary.
Here are these angry boys.
Very angry boys.
And there you have it. There I was able to assemble a 2,000 point and a good 2,000 point 40k army for free. This has been one heck of a journey over the last couple months. It's absolutely incredible that we were able to do any of this, and I'm so thankful to all the people that helped me. But now, to get on building and painting. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, a positive rating would be appreciated. If you want to see more content like this from me in the future, please subscribe and hit the bell. Let me know in the comments if I should try and film a battle report with this army. I think that would be kind of wild. I wonder if I could actually win a game with this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.